Now, next is the voltage divider bias. Now, out of all the bias, ito yung medyo may additional step on how to solve. So this is actually the most stable bias out of all the biases. And yung configuration na to is independent of the beta. Okay, nakadepend siya dun sa mga biasing resistors. There are two methods to solve a voltage divider bias. We have an exact method, which may be applied to any type of voltage divider configuration. And we have the approximate method that can only be applied when a condition is met or satisfied. So sa akin, ginagamit ko is exact method. Pero sometimes there are problems kasi that we are being asked to use an approximate method. So I'm gonna show you how to do or to use both methods. Sa exact method, we are going to use Thevenin's theorem. So as you can see here, if I'm going to convert this VCC R1 R2, para siyang ganito. Diba? Ito lang muna titingnan natin. And then we're gonna Thevenize this. We're gonna see what is the voltage measured dito sa point na to, B to ground, and what is the resistance measured dito, or the Thevenin resistance and Thevenin voltage. For the Thevenin resistance, di ba ang ginagawa natin sa pag nagte-Thevenize tayo ng circuit, we short all the voltage supplies and we open all the current source. So pagka sinort natin to, what we see here is a parallel connection of R1, R2. That's why the Thevenin resistance is R1 parallel to R2. Now for the Thevenin voltage, that is actually, as you can see here, ano ba yung voltage na nakikita natin dito sa points na to? That is actually the drop of R2. So that is R2 over R1 plus R2 times VCC. That is the voltage divider. Voltage divider nitong R1 and R2. Now, since we already have values for RTH and VTH, we can now redraw the circuit to its Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Instead of using R1 and R2, now we're going to use Thevenin resistance, and instead of using VCC, we're going to use Thevenin voltage. But this is only applicable for the base emitter loop. Bakit? Pagdating sa collector emitter loop, ito pa rin ang susundan nating loop. So VCC pa rin ang gagamitin doon. Ito, itong Thevenin's theorem na to will only affect dito sa base emitter loop. Okay? So this is the exact method. From here, now we can already solve, or we can now write the equation, the KVL. This is VTH minus IB RTH minus VBE minus IE RE. IE again is beta plus 1 IB. So our final equation of IB is VTH minus VBE over RTH minus beta plus 1 RE. For the second part, the collector emitter loop, ito yung gagamitin natin. That would be VCC minus ICRC minus VCE minus IE RE. Approximating IE approximately equal to IC, so this VCE will be VCC minus IC times quantity RC plus RE. Now, these are the needed equations to solve the circuit, and all the other unknowns will follow. Okay, this is the exact method. We're going to use Thevenin's theorem. To practice that method, we are given here this circuit. We are to solve for the RTH, VTH, base current, collector current, and VCE, given that beta is 140. You see here that VCC is 22 volts. R1 is 39 kilo ohms, R2 is 3.9 kilo ohms, RC is 10 kilo ohms, and RE is 1.5 kilo ohms. Yung mga capacitor na yan, since this is DC analysis, we can disregard those and consider them as open circuit. Okay, Thevenin's theorem. Now, first is we're gonna solve for the RTH. Na-prove na natin kanina that RTH is R1 parallel sa R2. So this will be R1 R2 over R1 plus R2. I hope you're trying this in your calculator. This is 39 kilo ohms times 3.9 kilo ohms over 39 kilo ohms plus 3.9 kilo ohms. Our RTH here will be 3.55 kilo ohms. I-ano na natin siya, i-round up na natin siya. Next is VTH. VTH is the voltage drop of R2. Itong nasa babang resistor. So that would be R2 over R1 plus R2 VCC. To solve for that, that is 3.9 kilo ohms over 39 kilo ohms plus 30.9 kilo ohms times VCC na 22 volts. Our VTH for this will be equal to 2 volts. Tama? Now, we can already redraw the circuit into this ganitong itsura. VCC, RC, RE. Then we have here RTH. And we have here VTH. Tama? So we have RTH, VTH. Now we can solve for IB. We're going to look at the base emitter loop. So that would be VTH minus IB RTH minus VBE minus IERE. Diba? Or beta plus 1 IB RE. So ito, this is IE. Yan, part na yan. So solving for IB, this is equal to VTH minus VBE over RTH plus beta plus 1 RE. Okay, so this will be ilan ito? 2 volts minus 0.7 volts over RTH of 3.55 kilo ohms plus beta plus 1. So 140 plus 1 times RE na 1.5 kilo ohms. Our IB here will be equal to, ilan yung IB natin? 6.05 microamperes. I hope you also get this in your calculator. So again, let's recheck it. 2 minus 0.7 over 3.55 kilo ohm plus 141 times 1.5 kilo ohms. So yes, it will give us 6.0 0.05 microamperes. Okay, now from here we can already solve for IC. IC is beta IB. So this is 140 times IB na 6.05 microamperes. This will give us IC of 0.85 milliamperes. And then finally, VCE. We're gonna use the collector emitter loop. So that would be VCC minus ICRC minus VCE minus IERE. So we're gonna approximate na to IC. ICRE is equal to 0. So solving for VCE, this is equal to VCC minus IC times RC plus RE. This is 22 volts minus 0.85 milliamperes times RC 10 kilo ohms plus RE na 1.5 kilo ohms. So this will give us a VCE of 12.23 volts. So let's try it again. Recheck natin sa calculator. 22 minus 0.85 milliamperes times 10 kilo ohms plus 1.5 kilo ohms. Yes, it will give us 12.23 volts. Now we also solve VC. That is voltage divider bias using the exact method. Now, paano naman yung approximate method? Approximate method, sabi natin kanina, merong satisfy na condition. This is the condition that we have to satisfy. Beta RE should be greater than or equal to 10 times ng R2. If this condition is satisfied, the analysis, the approximation, will have a high degree of accuracy. Yung variation niya compared dun sa exact method is masyadong maliit. Okay? If we are going to apply this, we can use this equation. The base voltage is actually equal to the drop doon sa R2. Yun lang naman ang gagamitin dito, and all of the other unknowns will follow. Okay, so if you're ready, let's try it again dito sa same example kanina. So as you can see here, if we're going to try the equation beta RE is greater than or equal to 10 R2. So ang R nito, beta nito is 140 times 1.5 kilo ohms. Kung greater or equal ba to sa 10 times R2 na 3.9 kilo ohms. As you can see here, 140 times 1.5 kilo ohms is actually 210 kilo ohms. And this one is 39 kilo ohms. So kitang-kita naman na nasatisfy yung ating condition. 210 kilo ohms is really greater than 39 kilo ohms. Now, from here, we can already proceed dun sa second equation na yung VB daw is equal lang sa drop ng R2. So we can solve for VB. This is actually 3.9 kilo ohms over 39 kilo ohms plus 3.9 kilo ohms times 22 volts. This is actually the VTH kanina, di ba? This is equal to 2 volts. Ang piningi sa atin IC tsaka VCE. From here kasi VB, we can now solve for VE. Remember, VE is equal to VBE minus, VB minus VBE. Diba? VBE is equal to VB minus VE. So therefore, VE is equal to VB minus VBE. So this is equal pala to 2 volts minus 0.7 volts, which is equal to 1.3 volts yung VE. Bakit natin kailangan ng VE? Kasi from VE, we can now solve for IE. Remember, IE is equal to VE over RE. So this is equal pala to 1.3 volts over RE na 1.5 kilo ohms. So IE is 0.87 milliamperes, which is approximately IC na din. As you can see here in the previous slide, our IC is 0.85 milliamperes. Ngayon, dahil na-meet natin tong itong condition na 'to, 0.85 milliamperes yung ating 0.87 milliamperes yung ating IC. 'Di ba yung variation na 0.02 milliamperes. So that is very acceptable. That's only 20 microamperes. Kasi na-meet natin itong equation. But if we are going to apply approximate method without satisfying this equation, malamang yung IC natin would be very much different. Okay, now let's solve for VCE. Same pa rin naman ng VCE nito, that would be VCC minus ICRC minus VCE minus IERE. So IC na lang natin ito, ICRE. Total, nag-approximate na tayo. So VCE here is equal to VCC minus IC times RC plus RE. This is equal to 22 volts minus 0.87 milliamperes times RC na 10 kilo ohms plus 1.5 kilo ohms. As you can see here, VCE is ilan? Try ulit natin sa calculator. 22 minus 0.87 times 10 kilo ohms plus 1.5. This is actually 12 volts. Kanina, ilan yung nakuha natin? 12.23. Ayan. 12.23. Ngayon, ang nakuha natin is 12 volts. So, that's a very minimal variation. So, high degree of accuracy kahit ang ginamit natin is an approximate method. Okay, so I hope na malinaw din sa inyo yung voltage divider bias. Now, let's try the next bias, the voltage feedback bias. So the effect of this is almost the same as the voltage divider bias, but now this biasing technique uses a fewer number of resistors. As you can see kanina, voltage divider bias has 4 transistors, R1, R2, RC, tsaka RE. This one uses only 3 resistors. So ano naman yung maganda nito? Ang maganda nito, dahil mas konti ang resistor, mas konti yung power consumption nito. So from here, parang alam nyo na agad kung paano maggagawa ng equation, di ba? So ito yung unang loop. And then ito yung pangalawang loop. So sa base emitter circuit loop, that would be VCC minus ICRC minus IBRF minus VBE minus IERE is equal to 0. So involve lahat ng current, no? IC, IB, tsaka IE. IC is beta IB and IE is beta plus 1 IB RE. So our IB here will be VCC minus VB over beta RC plus RF plus beta plus 1 RE. For the second collector emitter loop, that would be VCC minus ICRC minus VCE minus IERE is equal to 0. If we're gonna approximate IE approximately equal to IC, our VCE here will be VCC minus IC times RC plus RE. Yun lang naman siya. Now to try this equations and the solve siya sa circuit, I have here a sample problem. We're going to solve for IB, IC, and VCE for this voltage feedback bias transistor. Again, we don't have to be bothered by the capacitor since they are open in DC analysis. So, for the first part, the base emitter loop, this will be VCC minus ICRC minus IB RB siya dito hindi F. So, okay lang yan. IBRB minus VBE minus IERE equal to 0. This is VCC minus beta IBRC minus IBRB minus VBE minus beta plus 1 IBRE equal to 0. Solving for IB, this is VCC minus VBE over beta RC plus RB plus beta plus 1 RE. Ayan siya. So this is equal to VCC natin, 10 volts minus 0.7 volts over beta RC. So this is 90 times 4.7 kilo ohms plus RB natin na 250 kilo ohms plus 90 plus 1 times 1.2 kilo ohms. Tama? So our IB here will be 11.89 microamperes. So you can try this in your calculator. Let's do it again. 10 minus 0.7 over 90 times 4.7 kilo ohms plus 250 kilo ohms plus 90 plus 1 times 1.2 kilo ohms. So yes, it will give us 11.89 microamperes. From here, we can now solve for IC, which is simply beta IB. So yung 11.89 times lang natin ng 90, it will give us 1.07 milliamperes. For VCE, we're gonna use the collector emitter loop. So that is VCC minus ICRC minus VCE minus IERE is equal to 0. We can now approximate this to IC. Therefore, VCE is equal to VCC minus IC times RC plus RE. So, ilan na ito? VCC natin is 10 volts minus 1.07 milliamperes. RC plus RE. So, that would be 4.7 kilo ohms plus 1.2 kilo ohms. Now, VCE will be equal to ilan? So, try natin ito. 10 minus 1.07 times 4.7 kilo ohms plus 1.2 kilo ohms. It will give us 3.69 volts. Okay, so I hope nakuha nyo din ito. In other books or other materials, blog sites, educational sites, makakita kayo ng iba pang biasing that are different naman or hindi siya named sa mga textbooks. Pero ganun din lagi yung pagsosolve sa kanya. First, you have to look for the base emitter loop ng current and then the collector emitter loop. Then, gawan mo ng KVL. Okay, wag mo lang kalimutan yung mga importante nating values. VB is 0.7, IE is IC plus IB, IC is beta IB, diba? And IE is approximately equal to IC. And then, I think you're good to go pagdating sa BJTs. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope you have learned a lot. Have a good day.